Today's date is January 19th, 2025, and Benny's over here. We're gonna be loading the 65 VW up and putting it on that trailer out here. We decided to let Benny take it to his house because he can work on it there. We're just with 200 miles in between locations and making it too hard for either him or Mauricio and I to work together. So this is our next solution, because hopefully by June Benny will have the VW all running with the engine and all of that in. So that's what we're doing right now, and I'll be back. So we're kind of getting some of the Black Widows out of here. This has been sitting in George's garage now since last January, when Mauricio and Benny and I had this all apart. But the shop project came along, so I abandoned this. So we're just about getting it up there. So anyway, I'm going to help Benny get some of this done here. I'll see if I can get a time lapse going. Okay, well, we got the VW on there. We got the doors roped together. It's locked down, and we're just putting the last filling up the tub here. Be careful, I paid a couple $100 for that because I was stupid. They flipped the gas tank on the edge. So there's the engine that we're putting in. I think it's a 1776 dual carb. Here, let me see how this fits right here. Okay, just buffer it. Anyway, it's in your hands, so anyway, we'll get this engine up and running hopefully in about 6 months. I wonder if we shouldn't flip that over, son. You don't think that'll dent the thing?
This one?
Yeah, if we put the big one over on the top, maybe.
No, because...
All right, don't worry about it. So that's going to bring this to a close, and we're going to go look at a piece of property right now. Today's date is January 21st, 2025, and I'm looking for some furnaces right now, but kind of neat seeing this aerial, the way these work. Anyway, this is an aerial cab, and for traversing, you know, probably 300 or 400 feet, you know, with a little, looks like Briggs and Stratton, and a clutch and engagement mechanism. It drives these drive shafts right here. So to drive these upper wheels, these are the drive wheels. This is for like a highline job. I mean, big towers. So this would be kind of neat to make a little go-kart with. So anyway, that was just kind of on the way over here to get some smelters or small furnaces. And so I'm looking to see if I can put one together for the for Peter, because he needs a smelter. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing for the moment. I'll be back. Okay, well, I found the first furnace here. I gotta see how accessible it looks like. Well, it was on, see, it's a forced draft system. Definitely needs some work. So this is going to be the first one. I'm just seeing, it looks like it's bolted down. I can't tell. Right there. No, maybe not. Well, anyway, this is the first one. So it's a pretty nice setup. So the way this works apparently is this rotates around. There's got it's being held up with this unit here. Anyway, that's gonna turn around. I'm also looking for crucibles, but it does have the standoffs. So anyway, we've got a forced air unit here, so it's missing part of that. So okay, so I found one. So that'll be the beginning of our smelting capability. So there's supposed to be a couple more back here. I'm gonna just keep looking. So I'll be back, but it goes for quite a ways. Okay, well, here we have yet another horizontal pump. Hit and miss. A little bit different kind of a configuration than what is on the other ones. Every one seems to be unique unto themselves, you know. So anyway, there's the two flywheels and the water reservoir. Let's see the carburetor. This is the exhaust right here. Oh, here's where the carburetor would be. That may be all there is to it right here, going up into the head. Interesting head. It's changed a lot from this, so this might be a later model like 20s or something like that. So anyway, and here we have a well pump. If you look at the stroke on this, it's almost a 12-inch stroke. So this is highly likely a water well pump. Anyway, pretty interesting having that right there. And this would probably be about the same horsepower as the one that we have over at the shop right now. So anyway, I'm still looking for the furnaces. I only found one so far, so we'll see. Pretty cool flathead right here. There's a lot of stuff here. Anyway, I'll be back. I'm back. Okay, I came across, superficially I looked at that. Oh, that's a flathead V8. It may very well be, but if you look at how thick the heads are, there's something going on in there. And so they have water circulating through there. And I believe these are check valves, because on this side there's 2 cylinders on the inboard, and they're firing the other 2 outboard right there, and the check valves are on the inboard pistons. So it's a V8, but really it's a 4-cylinder air compressor. So the plumbing is missing, but it had to be. This is the gas tank right here, and not much of a storage tank, but this could be something like they would use to sandblast or something like that. So pretty interesting setup. This is pretty, it'd be neat to see what it's like inside of it. So anyway, I'm still looking for my my kiln, or my. Okay, I'm back. Let's see here. It's about 3 o'clock, 2:30. Let's see if this coffee is still warm. By golly, it is. Jeez, that's been about 6 hours. Anyway, what I'm going to do here is go out back. Yeah, I need to start using this tripod more. Oh, I don't have the attachment on that's at the house. Damn it. So this will be our first chance to look at this hit and miss. This is the crane. Interesting. Maybe I got it on there wrong. Yeah, perhaps. Nope. Maybe it's not that side. Let's see here. Yeah, this is it. Okay. Okay. No clanging. It didn't freeze up. Because there's no oil, it's almost like they don't have any rings. This is the atmospheric one. That works. That's the, I'm pretty sure. No, I'm not pretty sure yet. Oh, okay. The valve lifts a little bit. I don't know how much it has to. I believe this is gonna be the exhaust. Makes sense right there. And you may be able to see the crack right here, but that's the least of all of the things. What I was contemplating is getting the spark plug out of here, and I don't have a light here yet. how that gets over into the cylinder. It's it has its own like it's, I'm trying to feel around in there. There's a lot of rust, but it's kind of like there's a could be a pipe going through. It's all rusted out in there. I don't know if you can't see in there right now. So that's interesting to see how that works. So getting back to what I was talking about is by using this conveyance or port, whether I have to put a whole new pipe in there and all that, I could use this as a detonation chamber, you know, experiment with our detonation stuff. So and then leave all of this is, I don't know if they have a date on here. Let's see if they have a date. This has 75 revolutions, 4 horsepower. I don't see a date on here anywhere though. Just don't see a date here. There might be somewhere else. Maybe it could be in a casting or something. There's probably a database for all of these old I don't know the exact term for these kinds of engines, so I'm going to stick with hit and miss. So but before I mess with all this, I'm just going to clean it up, maybe paint it, and get this port open, maybe get a bore scope in there and look around if that might work. So and then we'll get some light in here and see how these valves are working in there. So, but the good news is we know what the rotation of the engine is, which is clockwise as you're looking at the crank handle side. Oops, the wires are getting, see, this is this would go to, these wires would go to a Model T or old Ford coil, and now, you know, there's the ground. This would be the points right here, I believe, but don't know about that. It's got an end. Oh yeah, there it is. I'm pretty sure those are the points. Anyway, it's a tiny little adjustments. It's really an art form to get these things to work, especially if they haven't run for a long time. So anyway, this is the fuel tank right here. I'm imagining that it's got a wet crankshaft there, if it's made, you know, in this vertical configuration. So this would be for the crankcase. This would be the vent for that, because there's no exposed crankshaft, so that's pretty cool. And I found another one in the dirt over on the other side over there, so that's pretty interesting as well. Anyway, this is my first inspection of it. Oh, I was talking about nuts and bolts. Check this out. 1,400 pounds of miscellaneous nuts and bolts. We got 16 penny nails, 14 penny. Stainless steel. So we kind of think these are what are called die springs. So in a lot of presses, that stamping presses or even injection molding machines, these when the die clamps up and seals up, these release it, so it requires a lot of pressure. So these kinds of springs are what release the dies, and it allows them to eject their parts. But see, you got a lot of, look at these. At least they're Phillips tip. Dang. And this is only the first 3 or 4 inches. So I'm going to go over to Harbor Freight and see if I can find a I think Greg was telling me you can get a magnetic handle thing, so I can at least separate you know, the bolts and everything. Just grab it and then take it away, because I really want to get all of the nails out of here. Those, the only thing those have value for is melting, so from my perspective. So it's mis-stamped. So this is kind of a neat thing to, you know, have access to here. Hopefully it will be. It could be all nails. So anyway, this has been sitting around for probably 20 years. This one you can tell has been around for a while. We got this table. I was trying to figure out what to do with this table. Got nice wheels on it. I think it rotates. Maybe not. Maybe it doesn't. In case, I got to get this put to work. So I'll be back. So this, I brought my brother over so he could show him the newest addition to the hit and miss family. So as this is turning around, this is a fuel pump right here. So as you can see, you adjust the stroke. You use this as an adjustment right here. This operates off of the same actuator for the exhaust valve. So this is the exhaust valve push rod. This is the fuel pump push rod right here, and that's the atmospheric. When it gets a vacuum, it pulls the air in. That's on this right here. So when that gets a vacuum under, that pulls that valve open and pulls air across a sea of gasoline in there.
So the cylinder is here. Okay.
Yeah, that's the top of the cylinder, but the water's covering it up. You can see that.
Wow.
And that's all a single casting too.
NDV, what is that? NDV.
So this right here has to be the way they're oiling this bearing right here. So I gotta work on that. I've never, this is an opening here, but a valve or something. So anyway, we're gonna have to get some oil, grease. Oh, this is a, I'll put a zert fitting on
what
there.
That looks like. But you're lucky it's so complete.
Oh yeah. Now there's another one over in the other yard over there that I told you about, the well pump. So, if, you know, just getting them all to work would be pretty neat.
Oh, no kidding.
I got to see how that pump is inside.
What is?
That's
I guess
that's the regulator. You know, they are so it doesn't over rev.
Oh.
This is rated for 75 RPM.
Oh, so when it really starts to spin, it'll expand on that spring.
Yeah, and then it cuts off the firing.
Yeah. Oh.
It won't fire it. That's why they call it hit and miss. It goes boom. Chicka, 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 chicka.
Okay, okay.
So
this is a big one though. Look how fat the bottom is on this thing.
yeah, yeah. So this is a 4-horse. It's really clean. So what I was saying on my other video, I'll take this out and put my detonation chamber on there.
Oh,
You know, and then
sure, why not?
let it fire after top dead center on hydrogen. Yeah. January 23rd, 2025. So I'm letting the red hit and miss get some vitamin D. So what I'm going to do now is I cleared off a cart. I wanted to have another cart, but I want to get this in the shop, and this is all full of leaves and everything in there. So I kind of want to get that in there and clean out the the tank and see what the oil buildup is. Get a Zert fitting for this, because that's the grease for that journal down there. I don't know if you can see that or not. So I'm going to get the hoist out, and then okay, I'm excuse me, I'm back. I got the I've been trying to, it looks like N, D, or O, Novo, it could be Novo. It's a Bean Sperry Pump Company, and that's San Jose, California, and Fresno. So this is a 4 horsepower, and the highest rev is 75 RPM. So so what I'm going to do is kind of just degrease this stuff, and then wash it off, and then inside of here is all those leaves, so I got to work on getting that all cleaned out and get it so it can drain. There's a drain there for it, I think. This is to oil the piston. So anyway, that's my hour for today to work on this project. So I'll be back.